Hello everyone, and welcome to my long overdue Johto Tour video, with the event itself coming up in just over a day and a half for me here in Sydney. I thought I'd look at all the different features of the event and give a few tips and tricks for what to do during the event. As you can see by this infographic that Niantic has been nice enough to make for us, I'll put a link to the page in the description of this video. There is a lot going on, even for those who don't buy a ticket. There are quite a few things happening. Firstly, for everyone, the event will start at 9 AM local time and end at 9 PM. And each hour, different wild Pokemon will be appearing. There's 5 habitats, like with the Johto Tour and GoFest, which for this event will be New Bark Town, Violet City, National Park, Goldenrod City, and Mount Silver. It'll go in that order. The 5 habitats will go one after another, and then it'll repeat. And for the last 2 hours of the event, Pokemon from all habitats will spawn at once. So there will be collection challenges for each habitat, which I'll go through in a few minutes. If you miss any and you only get to play the afternoon, then from 7 PM to 9 PM, all of them will be appearing. Next up, we have special attacks for Lugia, Ho, and return of Community Day attacks for the Johto Pokemon that have had Community Days. So Lugia gets Aeroblast again, and Ho finally gets Sacred Fire. And the Community Day special attacks are, for the most part, what you'd expect. Frenzy Plant for Meganium, Blast Burn for Typhlosion, Hydro Cannon for Feraligatr, Smackdown for Tyranitar. For Espeon and Umbreon, it's the original EV Community Day special move, so Last Resort. They don't get Psychic, and I can't remember what the Umbreon special move was from last year. And of course, Mamoswine gets Ancient Power. There will also be special music, once again arranged by Junichi Masuda, who does a lot of the arrangement for the main series and most of the music in Pokemon Go itself. And now on to research. Even if you don't have a ticket, you'll have timed research that leads to encounters with the legendary beasts Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. From data mines, we know that there'll be some of the tasks will require taking snapshots of the legendary beasts. We don't know yet at the moment how many stages this research will be, but most likely it'll be about 1 or 2 stages, so not a very long timed research. More importantly than that is the Johto Battle League timed research. So as with the Johto Tour last year, Niantic had a competition for players to design teams with the types of the 8 gym leaders from the Johto games. So Flying, Bug, Normal, Ghost, Fighting, Steel, Ice, and Dragon. And this will be an 11-stage research, so quite a long one. I'm not sure if some of the stages will be... I don't think any of the stages will be split. Sorry. None of the stages for this will be choice stages because it's timed research. It's not a special research. So that is 11 stages of tasks. So some of the tasks from this research will most likely overlap with tasks from the Legendary Beast timed research and the Johto Tour special research. So this isn't something we can look at now. We'll only know what the actual tasks are that morning when the event starts in Kiribati, which is the first time zone. So a certain amount of planning can only be done then, but look through what the tasks are for each of the researchers and plan accordingly. Next up, legendary and regional Pokemon will be appearing in raids, so Ho-Oh, Lugia, Entei, Raikou, Suicune, and Suicune will be in T5 raids, and Heracross and Corsola will be in T3 raids. There'll also be a chance of Shiny Smeargle. So it's the first time since Shiny Smeargle's debut that we've been able to get Shiny Smeargle, so that's exciting. And Eevee will not require walking to evolve into Espeon or Umbreon until 11 PM local time. So although the collection challenge will most likely leave at 9 PM, you still have another 2 hours to get Umbreon. There'll also be Johto Pokemon in 7km eggs, and all the baby Pokemon will be in 2km eggs from Pokestops. All trainers, even if they don't buy the ticket, will be able to do up to 6 special trades per day, so although non-ticketed players won't get an increased chance of shinies, you'll still be able to trade any extra shinies, and if you haven't finished the Jota decks, you can get up to 6 extra dex entries just by trading. And finally, for non-ticketed players, there'll be confetti, because who doesn't love confetti? As long as they don't overdo it like they did the last time there was confetti, when one of the last Team Rocket events ended. And now onto the ticket exclusive events. Firstly, we have the Johto Tour research, which we know from data mines is 9 stages long. Niantic have confirmed that you'll be able to get evolution items like the metal coat, upgrade, etc. from this research. You'll also get rocket radar pieces, shiny Gyarados, and an encounter with Magical Leaf Celebi. From data mines, we know you'll need to pick one of the Jota starters, and over the course of the research, you will need to evolve this starter. Presumably, there will be a task for evolving your starter into their second stage and then into their final stage. And finally, for those who go for the gold version of the Jota ticket, you'll get Ho-style wings and a t-shirt, while for Lugia, those who pick the silver version, you'll get a Lugia-style mask and, again, a t-shirt. All in one 9-stage research, so exciting. There's also the Masterwork research for Apex Ho and Apex Lugia. According to the data mines, it'll be 4 stages, and you'll get, judging by the Willow texts, you'll get Apex Ho in stage 1, because the texts that the conversation that Willow has with you at the start of stage 2 mention you having already caught Ho. Similarly, from the Willow texts, we know that there'll be a Giovanni battle in stage 3 because Giovanni is protecting Apex Lugia. Fun. Next up, we have, excuse me a minute, a choice of gold or silver version, as I mentioned earlier, each with an increased chance of finding certain shinies. So for gold version, and each version of the ticket has different Pokemon attracted in incense. So from gold version, you'll be able to get Spinarak, Gligar, Teddiursa, and Mantine from incense. and you'll have an increased shiny chance for the starters: Spinarak, Igglybuff, Natu, Hoppip, Sunkern, Mischievous, Wobbuffet, Gligar, Shuckle, Teddiursa, Swinub, Mantine, and Ho-Oh. It's a long list. So, quite a few Pokemon. Similarly, in Silver version, there's another long list. You'll be able to get Ledyba, Delibird, Skarmory, and Phanpy from Incense. And there'll be an increased chance for the starters, so everybody who buys a ticket gets increased shiny chance for starters. Plus Ledyba, Cleffa, Sudowoodo, Hoppip, Yanma, Pineco, Delibird, Skarmory, Houndour, Houndour, Phanpy, Miltank, Larvitar, and Lugia. Sorry about that. Next up, we have our hourly collection challenges. So, one collection challenge for each of the habitats: New Barktown, Violet City, National Park, Goldenrod City, and Mount Silver. There'll also be 5 more challenges for a total of 10, depending on which version you pick. If you pick Gold version, you'll get the Gold Catch Challenge and the Silver Trade Challenge, while if you pick Silver version, you get the Silver Catch Challenge and the Gold Trade Challenge. These challenges will most likely be for the Pokemon that are Incense exclusive. So, I hope you all have friends to hunt with, socially distanced of course, because it will take 2 people. I do not recommend getting another device for another account. That is against the terms of service. And of course, there'll be 3 more there'll be 3 other collection challenges which will be available for both Gold and Silver versions, which are Special, Evolution, and Raid. Special is most likely similar to the Johto Tour's Research collection challenge. I'd imagine that it'll be things that are hard to find in the wild, but are more common from field research. We don't know a lot about field research for this, actually. I haven't mentioned anything about it. I assume there will be, but they haven't said anything. So, Evolution will be the same as the Evolution collection challenge from the Johto Tour, so all the Pokemon that you can't catch in the wild and have to get by Evolution. And finally, Raid is almost certainly just the legendaries and regionals, plus maybe 1 or 2 others. Next up, for those who buy the ticket, you'll be able to get a free bundle with 3 remote raid passes. It's not mentioned here, but you will also be able to get up to 9 free raid passes just by spinning gyms and Pokestops during the event. So it'll be like your daily free raid pass. You have to use 1 to get the next one. So that's an extra 11 free raids that you can do. And 3 of them you don't even need to be near the gym. Additional surprise encounters, so more Smeargle photobombs. We don't know exactly how much each will be. I'd say it's probably going to be either 1 or 3 for those without a ticket and 5 for those with. And of course, it really can't be a major Pokemon Go event like this without your standard boosts. So quarter hatch distance, because Johto is where eggs where breeding was introduced, so we really do need to be able to hatch a lot of eggs. Does make sense given the number of baby Pokemon in this gen. And double hatch candy. So, good time to clear out your egg stash, and we have event 7 kilometer and 2 kilometer eggs, so this will help. Extra candy for catching featured Pokemon. So, Oh, it does mention the free raid passes. Extra candy for catching feature Pokemon, so Jota Pokemon. We will also be getting a few Kanto Pokemon showing up. Pokemon like Gloom and Onyx, which evolve into Jota Pokemon because they're not going to put Steelix, Scizor, and all the new Johto Evos, all the Kanto Pokemon that got Evos and Johto into raids because that would be a nightmare for players. And while Niantic is questionable, I don't think they do that. So I don't know whether the Kanto Pokemon will get increased candy. I would say not. Finally, those who buy a ticket will get a fancy medal, and there'll be stickers from Pokestops and gifts. And that is a lot of things. Let me just check my notes. No. Oh yes, I did forget something. One other thing Niantic announced a few hours ago is trainers level 40 and over will get a guaranteed rare candy XL from legendary raids. So unless you're shiny hunting regionals, I would suggest getting the regionals for the collection challenge and just go crazy on the legendary raids. Most likely, although it appears that, according to data mines, the beasts will be appearing in the wild, they if I understand what the game internally calls photo safari, they will have a very high flee rate, possibly impossible to catch. The game master, which is the file that controls everything that happens in Pokemon Go, hasn't been updated with this yet, as far as I know. So we don't know the exact numbers, but most likely they will be extremely hard to catch in the wild, even if you do find them, so that you're forced to do the timed research rather than just catching them directly. And that is it. I wish you all very, very good luck. And stay safe. If the country you're in does not allow you to go outside, please don't. Remember to social distance, wear a mask. And of course, you will need a lot of supplies for this event because it is 12 hours long. So remember to pack a water bottle, external battery, cap, sunscreen, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.